The newest ETS train from Johor Bahru to Kuala Lumpur just launched and I'm very excited to take it. しかし、ちょっと心配な点もあるんですよね。Like, can it really replace flight? So the previous diesel train took 7 hours and the new electrified ETS train will only take 4 hours to 4.5 hours. But honestly, that's still kind of long compared to the flight, which only take 45 minutes. And can it really satisfy a jippun lang? まあ自慢するつもりはないんですが、日本の電車って結構最強じゃないですか。It's very punctual and some trains even heat up the seats during the winter. That's why my backside very shook. Today my goal is to experience both business class and economy class and see if the new ETS train can even impress a jippun lang like me and see if it can potentially replace flights. Alright, first step, immigration. Alright, the trip starts from Woodland. It's the most northern area of Singapore. So in here you can see JB, it's that close. And many jippun langs, including me, are fascinated. Like you can cross the border on foot. Because in Japan, we really cannot do that. It's quite isolated. But I always feel so anxious and stressful crossing the border. Wish me luck. Okay, welcome to JB Malaysia. The immigration wasn't too bad. The biggest issue is that I had to walk quite a lot. I think I lost some weight. で、ここは多分駅の待合室かな? Oh yes, that's my train, 4:20 p.m. departure. So I bought the ticket online. I paid 163 Malaysian ringgit. That's about 52 Singapore dollars for a one-way business class ticket to KL. And on the way back, I'm taking the standard ticket, which costs 93 ringgit, which is around 30 Singapore dollars. So for comparison, a return scoot flight usually costs around 100 Singapore dollars. But it only takes 45 minutes, whereas the ETS train takes about 4.5 hours. Alright, before boarding, let's buy some goodies to enjoy in the train. Alright, got my supplies. And did you see how I paid for these? Let me hauli in my Revolut metal card. I was able to pay instantly thanks to Revolut. And great news, the first 200 signups using my link in the video description or the QR code over here will receive $50 cash back after spending once. If you don't know, Revolut is an all-in-one financial app with over 65 million users that helps you spend and save money to over 150 countries, which includes Malaysia. Revolut has been a game changer for traveling because it's so convenient. No need to visit physical money changers to exchange cash, just like this trip. With Revolut, you can just bring your physical card or your virtual card inside your app to spend and it will auto-convert for you at great rates. I can also withdraw cash using this and I'll show you later in the KL vlog. Again, the first 200 signups will get $50 cash back. This is insane, guys, because all you have to do is download the app and spend once. You don't want to miss this, but again, it only applies to the first 200 signups, so download it as soon as possible. Alright, it's 40 minutes before departure and there's already a queue. Why are people queuing when it's all reserved? Good news, it seems like business class passengers have a dedicated waiting space. Oh, here's our train. So this is the brand new ETS train. This 6-coach train seats 312 passengers consisting of 5 standard coaches and 1 business class coach. There are 4 toilets, a plug point at every seat, and a dedicated coach bistro serving meals on board. Honestly, there's something really magical about train journeys. 中に入りますか? We're inside. First impression, it's extremely clean. Alright, here we are. It's extremely cozy. How about a seat tour? First things first, luggage space. There's an overhead compartment conveniently located above, and it's airplane style. Leg space is more than enough, and there's a footrest, a plug, a mini storage, a hook, and a reclining function. The reclining not bad. A collapsible table, also airplane style, a small reading light above, and the next feature I'm most excited about because even Japanese trains don't have this. An individual display. This is only available at the business class coach, and with this you can see the live route map, watch movies, and even order a meal. A meal. Maybe not. It's leaving. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch movies either. Maybe it's under internet, but it wasn't loading. The Wi-Fi also didn't work, unfortunately. So these are some of the stops before arriving to KL. I see train staffs handing out something. Terima kasih. It seems like meals are included in business class seats. Okay, the meal looks okay. Oh my god. Problem is, now we're kind of declining, right? There's no stopper of the food. I almost dropped my food. This is so scary. I mean, I did drop my cutleries. Alright, let's try. So I got some nasi, vegetables, and this is butter curry, I guess. Garlic, butter, cream, and deep fried chicken. A bit too sweet for my liking, but it's not too bad as well. And my business class snack box has an orange juice, salted peanuts, and an AirPod. Not sure why they're handing this out when the movies are not working. It's toilet time! So this is the toilet dedicated to the business class passengers. There's a mirror. I love how we can get fresh air. It's very compact here. Thank God toilet is still clean. I was expecting more business elements like, you know, like a super nice soap and stuff, but don't have it. And actually no soap at all. It's not coming out. I think they forgot to replenish it. And the hand towel dispenses toilet paper. Interesting. Alright, let's check out the other coaches. This is my coach. This is the only business class coach. And this is the economy class, the standard class. It's 2 by 2. It looks much more cramped somehow. I think the seats are smaller. They do have an overhead compartment, but without the case. And I think, oh yeah, this is the bistro coach. So I guess that's the menu. We got chips for 4.50, some bento for around 12 ringgit, and instant coffee. Hey, can I get the mabu biryani? Thank you. Oh, there's also a prayer room. I'm on my way back to my coach, and I noticed the economy, the standard, it's very, very tight. It looks very cramped, you know. And I feel like sharing this with a stranger for 4 hours it's gonna be tough for me. Yeah, this is how it looks like. We barely have enough space to walk in the aisle, but it's really cool being able to pass by all these small towns and villages of Malaysia. So I got the biryani from the bistro coach for 13 ringgit. The food and drink price was generally okay, but everything seemed like microwave food, so my expectations were pretty low. The rice was fluffy and aromatic, but I found the chicken a bit dry and overly sweet. Around an hour after dinner, the staff served me coffee and muffin. The muffin was huge, and this is something I appreciate about Malaysia. Everything seems quite big. So we just arrived at Big Cock Station, and we have 3 more hours to go. Unfortunately, there's nothing much to do, so I think I'll just read a book. Okay, welcome to KL. It actually arrived 7 minutes earlier at 8. I'm gonna talk about my conclusion at the hotel. Alright, checked in. Alright, so this is my hotel. It's called the Chow Kit. I paid around $88 for one night, including breakfast. I stayed here last time and I loved the vintage vibe, so I have a twin bed for no reason. Honde kishiki wa jiajang! Free water bottles. And this is the mini bar. The fridge. ほんでトイレがこんな感じです。一人にしては十分すぎる広さですね。So here's my brutal, honest conclusion about the newest ETS train. I think my expectations were too high. Don't get me wrong, overall it was a very comfortable ride. I had ample space, the aircon was good, but a lot of minor issues, and these issues kind of add up. For example, they promoted it like business class passengers can watch movies, but they weren't available at all. And they do seem to have Wi-Fi, but it didn't work at all for me. I mean, I know they are literally, passing by rainforest, a jungle, but no Wi-Fi will definitely be an issue for some people. And the meals were, they're not the best side, unfortunately. They're not bad, but they're forgettable, so I recommend you to pack your own. And the biggest issue for me was it felt really, really long. Yes, I know even if you're flying, you're gonna have to arrive to the airport early, check in your baggage, immigration, kill time at the airport. So none of that when you're taking a train, it's just immigration at JB. But still, 4.5 hours in your train just sitting. It was long. I would say it's definitely better than buses because you don't have to worry about traffic jams. But is it better than flights? I'm not sure. But don't forget, I'm still taking the economy class back to JB. So I have more time to assess my final conclusion. But again, the seat was comfortable and I really enjoyed looking at the small villages and towns of Malaysia. I've never seen this, It felt so calm and peaceful. じゃあビールでも飲みに行きましょうか。ただマレーシアはイスラム国家なのでビールがね多分そんなないんですよね。あと値段も心配。マレーシアといえどアルコールは高いと思います。ホテルの近くのちょっと面白いバーに来てみました。コピティアンシーン。ほんでビールが1杯22リングリットルなので、800円900円ぐらい。actually see that Petronas Tower. Oh, that's pretty cool. 22 ringgit. Cheers. Their beer selection is actually quite fascinating. These are from Japan. The price is quite high, 53 ringgit for one of this. Yeah, a lot of craft beer. This is fun for beer lovers, so definitely more expensive than drinking in Japan, but not as expensive as Singapore, I think. Okay, my dinner is here. I completely forgot what it's called, but there's minced meat, egg. Unfortunately, doesn't look runny, and this mouse tail noodles. いただきます。美味しい。熱々で肉肉してて、the flavor is sweet and salty. Very nice. Good morning, I had a great sleep and now I'm at the breakfast area. There's kaya toast, roti canai, mee siam, nasi lemak. I got the pulled beef croissant. It's a perfect healthy and unhealthy combo. Well, it's good. A lot of beef, very juicy. And there's a spicy sauce at the bottom. Oh, this is addictive. So my return train to JB is 5:35 p.m. So we have a lot of time, so why not we do a KL vlog? I'm gonna try local food and explore a relatively new mall, which looks pretty cool. Alright, welcome to Chinatown. I know it's touristy, but I love it here. It's very energetic and lots of nice food. It seems like this restaurant is popular among the locals. Lai Fong Lala noodles. This is the menu and I think I'm gonna get the prawn lala noodles for 34 ringgit. The clay pot looks delicious as well. Alright, here's my beef food and first impression is humongous. Smells very good. I smell the Chinese wine. Cheers! Wow, that's full of seafood flavor. The clam, the prawn, very strong Chinese wine flavor as well. Let me try the noodles. Picks up the broth perfectly. こんな透明なスープなのにすごい旨味が詰まってる。Let me try the river prawns. Wow, that's very fresh. Every bite, it feels like snapping. Next, the lava clams. I think the clams are better. Man, that is so fresh. Unfortunately, got some sand, but overall, a satisfying meal. Alright, this is a popular stall selling longan juice. Difficult to find something like this in Singapore. Cheers! Well, tastes very herby. I think there's sugar inside, but it's nice. It's very refreshing and there's some texture. I think they put jelly inside. Unfortunately, places like this don't accept credit card and QR payments. But it's no issue because I have my Revolut card. I was able to withdraw ringgit from an ATM easily. And the exchange rate is usually much better than cash changers. And that is what I love about Revolut. I'm saving so much money, you know? And that's why I hardly exchange money beforehand at the airport. Because the rate is so good and I also save so much more time. Again, the first 200 signups using my link will get $50 cash back. So we did this promo before and the previous 200 signups vanished instantly. So if you want the cash back, I recommend you to pause the video right now and download the app. Okay, I came to check out this relatively new mall. Why mall? Because I'm very Singaporeanized already. I love malls. So this is called Rex KL and it used to be a cinema in 1984. And now they revamped it into a cultural center. I heard it's pretty cool, so let's go inside. So B1 seems like it's a food court, but there's also a bar. A lot of umbo food like pizza and pasta. The burgers also look pretty good at 20 ringgit for a single decker. It does feel a bit touristy, but I love it. I can feel the heritage and the history, like the stair, the seating, but it also feels modern. This floor has some antique shops, pretty cool. See, look at how they kept this. This is from the old cinema and I love it. I love how it blends. This floor actually has the cinema. Yeah, it seems like they are still airing something. And very good. They sell strawberries. And this is the highlight. It's a bookstore. Or maybe I should call it the book maze. Yeah, this place is huge. I mean, check this out. It's like a library. Crazy big. I think it's fun to picture the past. Again, this used to be a cinema, right? I think back in the olden days, people would come in from here and there were seats over here. And then that's the screen over there. Cool being able to take pictures over there too. It's nice, huh? I'm enjoying my kopi at the ground level coffee shop. Yeah, it's really a cool mall. I mean, it's probably not a mall, but there are lots of nice shops. I would say it's very foreigner and tourist friendly. Definitely can find souvenirs as well. Alright, let's board the economy class train back to JB. How does it compare to business class? Yes, I am at Kuala Lumpur International Airport. Let me explain. So of course I was ready to take the economy class back to JB. I mean, I bought the tickets a few weeks ago, but then I just couldn't do it. And that's because the 4.5-hour train ride, it just felt way too long for me. I mean, it was fine during the daytime because I could enjoy the view, right? But once it got dark, it was unbearable. So I'm sorry guys, I feel really terrible because I promised you guys to do this review. But I think in a way this shows the reality, you know, this is my honest review. I would rather throw away the ticket I already bought and buy a rather expensive last-minute plane ticket back to Singapore. Yes, it is a hassle to get to this airport. It takes about an hour to get here from the city center. But at least my trip is divided into small segments, right? Like getting here, then waiting in the airport for 1.5 hours. But I think it depends on where you live, right? If you're from the east, I personally think taking the plane is better. But if you're from the north, why not just cross the border, go to JB? But I'm going to keep my promise of reviewing the economy class train. I already shot some footage. So as you can see, I think the seat is tighter than the business class. It looks more narrow. There is a table in the front and an overhead compartment where you can keep your luggage. There is no individual TV display like the business class, but honestly, it didn't really work, so like who needs that? Honestly. It's about half the price of the business class ticket, so around like 25 Singapore dollars. So that's about it. Nothing much to comment on this really. I would recommend you to just pay additional $20, $30 to get the business class. Yes, you can't do much with the individual display, but it does feel much more comfortable compared to economy class. And I really don't mind arriving early at this airport because there are so many things to do. See, got Oriental Kopi. Oh, you got another one. Confirm Singaporean will go crazy. I can even shop for shoes. Don't know why I would do that, but I can technically. See, so fun to explore. And if I was taking the train, I couldn't have done this. came to Nando's because I noticed this restaurant is very popular in Malaysia. Wow, so good. No wonder popular. So in conclusion, I think the idea is great. Being able to transport much faster than last time, 4.5 hours from JB to KL, but the execution can be greatly improved. Because like having the individual display, that is very cool, but no movies. It's written in their official website that I can watch movies, but I couldn't. Again, the only thing that worked was the games and the live route map. The staff bringing food to your table, that is cool. A lot of the bullet trains in Japan stopped doing that. But honestly, the quality of the food, the coffee I got was very diluted. It can be improved. And going back to the very first questions, can it replace flights? Can it impress a jippun lang? Personally, I feel like flights are still more convenient. Again, 4.5 hours, very long. If it's like cut to like 2.5 hours, maybe. But as of now, I prefer flights, and that's why I booked my ticket. And can it satisfy a jippun lang? Unfortunately, no. I think it's because naturally I'm Japanese, so I'm comparing it to the Japanese bullet trains. Maybe it's good in Malaysian standard, I don't know, but my expectations were too high. But this is a huge milestone because the same route used to be 7 hours, right? My business class seat was comfy, and I really enjoyed the view from my seat. So I really have no regrets. It was a fun journey. Thank you so much for watching. Again, don't forget to check out Revolut. The first 200 signups will get a $50 cashback. And even if it is fully redeemed, I think it's a great app and card for traveling. Have a great day, guys. Jippun lang zao liao. Goodbye.